Hello guys and welcome back to Prince Corsica. So today we have another 2v2 online Shogun Total War battle, and to add a little bit of difference, we have a Fall of Samurai army that's fighting against us today. So we have the map is Ake, medium funds, no key buildings, and we'll just quickly go over the army composition for you. So my army is made up of 4 Iyari Samurai in the front line, backed up by 2 Bow Warrior Monks and my General's Bodyguard. On my left and right flanks I have a unit of Katani Samurai, and I have quite a decent cav contingent this time, made up of light cav, bow cav, Naginate monks, Naginate, mounted Naginate, and Naginate warrior monk cav. My ally has 3 Yari Samurai, 3 bow Ashigaru, 2 bow cav going up the hill there, 2 warrior nuns back here, General's Bodyguard with 1, 2, 3 units of Naginate warrior monk cavalry. Our opponent on this side here against Duke Silver is Giles. He was going for the hill, he decided to change his mind here. He currently has, over here, we have 1, 2, 3 Katani Samurai, 2 Yari Ashigaru, 2 Bow Samurai, 1 Daikyu Samurai. We then have a Bodyguard, Fire Cav, Onabusha Heroine, Donderbus Cavalry, and a Yari Cavalry. On the Fall of Samurai side, it's quite a strong force here. We have, I'm sure we get 7 units of Black Bear Infantry. We have 1 unit of White Bear Infantry up here. We have 4 Spear Levies, and a Yarikachi along with the Revolver Cav General's Bodyguard. So there isn't really much on my side engagement wise at the start. However, I've just taken the hill, set up my battle lines. I'm going to send my bow cav in here just to harass the Fall of Samurai gun line a little bit. Get as many casualties as I can before I come off the hill. When you're against a Fall of Samurai army, guys, you need to kind of close your gap really quickly if you don't have guns yourself. You want to use the terrain to your advantage, and any other thing you can get, like, you know, your abilities like rapid advance, anything you can to close that gap. Your melee units have to get in there as quick as you can and take away that gunfire. If they get some volleys off, they will break your morale and cut your line to pieces, no matter how strong and vetted your units are. So over here again, I do notice a couple of units with their flanks shown to me, so I'm going to send my bow cav in here. However, he is smart, he'll turn his general around here in a moment, as you can see, and he'll get a wee volley off along with my volley, although his is far more effective. So over on this side, you've kind of got a wee engagement with Duke Silver's here, his bow Ashigaru and his bow cav. Giles does have a stronger archer contingent down here, plus he's put his guys in spread out formation. However, we are kind of just prodding their lines at the moment, trying to find a weak gap. Now I notice obviously this isn't going to go well, and you can see here the amount of casualties that have already been taken with the volleys coming in. So I decided to bring my bow cav over here. The reason is I thought I could maybe harass the lines along with the bow Ashigaru, and I want to bring my cav over here as I feel our best chance of making an attack is going to be against Giles and one of the flanks of the Fall of Samurai army. So I'm moving practically my entire cav contingent over to Duke Silver's side, bar obviously my General's Bodyguard. Now again, over here, as you can see, not much is happening. It's just a wee kind of light skirmish. I'm just pumping some arrows from my my monks here into his lines, trying to look for any gaps, also get some free kills as much as I can. I have the range of them with the warrior monks compared to his line infantry, and again here as well, just more skirmishing. I think what they should have done here is his Daikyu Samurai or one of his bow sam should have turned around and focused on my bow cav, which they decided not to do. Now unfortunately over here, one of the bow cav did get taken out by quite a mass cavalry charge. Wasn't the biggest loss, however. As you can see, Duke Silver's got a massive cavalry force here, just sitting lying in wait along with another bow cav. And what we have here is the warrior nuns are just getting ready. I think we're going to see them move over to this flank very shortly. So we can see here the Black Bear Infantry beginning to take casualties. He's repositioning his guys as best he can, but I'm just getting the kills off of the bows. So he's had enough of sitting around and waiting for his guys to die, so he decides to bring his Black Bear Infantry up and get a couple more volleys off. He's now down to 170 from 200, so I basically just follow my guys back up the hill again, and this is kind of going to go back and forth for a majority of the match here. He decides to push his force back, but I believe he's going to change his mind.
Hidden units, my lord.
The closer he gets to me as well,
Treacherously meant to
the
ambush
better
us.
chance I have of actually just rushing off my hill. Now I notice an opportunity over here with this Giles archers exposed, so I chuck in my Naginata mounted cav. We're not going to win this engagement, but what it's done is it's disrupted his lines, stopped his arrows from firing, given my allies Yari Ashigaru bows to basically get a couple more volleys off and hit some flanks and some of the guys while they're clustered up. Whilst at the same time you can see he's forming up an offensive here. He's moving his warrior and nuns over. Good spear, and it's good against cav as well. But this flank here you can see is mainly cavalry heavy. His infantry is not really engaged over here at all. So he'll move his cavalry in, and one of the key things in any game, guys, is if you're moving cavalry in, you have to bring infantry support. So at this point you can see here, they're moving their guys over. They're still getting peppered by my archers. I don't really know what he was doing with his positioning and his formations just now. I'm just kind of letting him, you know, move his guys around, trying to feel out what he's planning to do here. But if you notice on the minimap, guys, we kind of have a V formation and our enemies kind of appearing here, a line up here with a point kind of spearheaded here, and then a line down here. Now, whenever you're fighting against noob boxes or any of these sorts of formations that are quite highly defensive, it is a matter of being patient. You've kind of got to prod away at little parts, like for example corners here or their flanks. When you find something beginning to crack, you pour your guys into it. Try and push through, disorganise our guys as much as you can. Especially with this gun line, you want all the lines to be facing different ways, firing through each other, things like that, blocking lines of sight. So as you can see here, we're now kind of wrapping round of Giles' army. I don't think he's liking that, so he is bringing his guys into a harass. And I think the main engagement is going to come soon. As you can see here as well, the Yari Samurais forming up in the hill just behind these archers. I notice another opportunity here, which we're kind of got a gap here, so I'm moving my guys in to see how they respond. I'm just kind of trying to prod away, see what they do with their movement, because what I'm planning to do is maybe move my light cav in here and disrupt again, because again he's leaving these archers exposed, and we do have potential a target here with the Black Bear infantry. So, and at the same time, as you can see here, he's taken a lot of casualties just by moving his guys and exposing the flanks to my warrior monks. Okay, so we've got an engagement over here now. You can see the warrior monks and the Naginata monk cav are all charging in. So we've got a kind of a force moving here. Again, these monk cav as well are getting into position. They're trying to chase off some of their guys. They're really juicy target with the Dunderbuffs to try and get rid of those guns.
My lord. Treacherously meant to ambush us.
So we kind of got a wee standstill here again. Archers just exchanging. I've got my bow cav as well, exchanging some skirmishes. It's even more turning into that V formation, as you can see here, guys. And I decide it's time, so I basically initiate my light cav, and we'll get a wee close up of the charge in here, and I see all these archers exposed. You see some of the guys flying there, so the light cav come in. Instantly we've got a massive drop in morale there, so he's having to use his rally to bring them in. I've managed to get a bow samurai almost out of the game essentially, so I'm going to start running my cav through here as much as I can, just causing as much havoc as I can as well. Over here's a great push. They've kind of cleared this area here with the warrior nuns and the monk cav, especially with the bow cav as well. And he's also brought in
Our men are running from the battlefield.
Still just the warrior nuns. All the Yari samurai are still up here. So I've disrupted his lines enough, and now we see the moment is to attack. So this is where he's going to move his guys around the flank. He's going to get his guys coming off the hill here. We've got Yari Samurai charging down. And I think it's time I put a bit more pressure on my guy as well, because I don't want him moving all these units over to join that fight. So basically I'm going to get more arrows peppering here, so he's forced to keep a force committed here to me. I'm going to start bringing my cav around to make it look as I'm going to come in for charges as well. So we've got a main engagement over here. It's a matter of cycle charges, moving in, moving out, getting the right position, using your nuns effectively, which he is because he's scaring off the cav. And you can see here, guys, you've got the Yari Samurai all engaged here against the Katana Samurai. Downhill battle as well, which will really help the spears. These guys unfortunately should have charged in, which they do now. Now, at this point as well, I'm going to start getting my cav coming. I'm going to start cycle charges here. I'm not really scared of these guys shooting because they all seem to be standing still, so I'm going to start moving in hammering the Yari Samurai with my guys, just to give Ali a little bit of a morale boost with his units, and also try and waver the opponents. Now I decided it's time to make my move. So I'm positioning my bows up to start peppering their guys, seeing my bow cav here on their sides, and I'm moving a Katana Samurai on each flank. What I want to do is split their main fire and open up a gap. I'm moving my cav in here as well, get some nice charges on their guys, which, as you can see here, they do not like. Now I'm planning to do one Katana, two Yari Samurai on each flank. And again, Katana over here and two Yari Samurai on this flank. Now, some of you may be thinking your Katana Samurai are a bit exposed or moving up kind of without the support. I've got the rapid advance with the Yari Samurai, so that'll close the gap really quickly. Now at this point, I'm planning to put as much pressure as I possibly can. And you can see in here, so I've managed to get, and their morale instantly goes up because you know they're winning this fight. I've got archers peppering their flanks. So we're about to have a massive engagement here, and I think I've came off the hill just at the right time. I'm moving my archers up as well to keep the pressure on. Okay, and as you can see here, guys, they're just literally charging in. Okay, so what we've now got is basically everyone's kind of falling back. As you can see, they're not liking the position they're in, they can't get off their shots or anything like that. So now it's a matter of just putting as much pressure on them as I can, push their guys back, just cut them down, give them no chance to regroup, fire arrows coming in just to give them a bit of a debuff to the morale. Over here my opponent swept up, Ali swept up the opponent very, very well. You can see here they've kind of dealt with the main chunk of their force, and it's just a harassment now. Okay. Not really much to worry about here. So again, the archers are just coming in. As you can see, we're wrapping round them here, guys. We're not really worrying anymore at this point. It's kind of more like a clean-up operation. So I've got all my melee guys just moving, and again, not giving any chance for their guys to get their guns off. The main thing that we do really have here in our advantage is still we certainly have the positions. We've wrapped around them. There's nothing really they can do to escape now, so it's just a matter of just cleaning up what we've got left to deal with. So I'm going to keep my guys in the fight just by moving my general up as well. Yeah, you can see they've kind of lost their main lines. You can see the amount of casualties here, guys. Each line they sent was kind of enveloped by my spears and my swords. Again, as I said, key thing is just close the gap as best you can, guys. So this is their kind of last stand here. They've got their archers firing, their guns preparing to fire as well. So again, we put another rapid advance in, get the spears in there with the swords, and that's it, just basically cutting their guys down now. They are a really strong force, and I think if they decided to commit to attacking us earlier on, it would have gone in their favour, especially when I split my cavalry. Could have moved their guys up the hill and put pressure on me, but they waited too long and we found that gap in their defences. So this is kind of the last stand here. They tried to assassinate my general, but with the morale of the unit, it wasn't going to happen anytime soon. Okay, so last things last is keep the guys just moving in. I see up here the Ali general's in a bit of trouble, so I do just commit my bow cav just to keep them busy. And I believe that's it, guys. The last of the units are now breaking. So overall, it was a really strong victory on our part. A bit of patience is key whenever you're fighting a full samurai army, but you've got to use the terrain to your advantage and close that gap. So thanks very much for watching. I'm Prince Corsica. Please subscribe, comment. We've got more Total War coming soon, and that'll be Napoleon and Rome. Thanks for watching, guys.